So what happened?
Soup's kind of burnt today. I don't actually know what happened, but maybe it's because there's too many bones, but it's burnt pretty bad.
Why is burned?
Yeah, probably because of the amount of bones. You smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we do with this?
Might have to trash it.
We spent like 3 days for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Spent a good hour and a half washing the bones too. And then cooking it. It's a long time.
Huh? Is that 400? No. This is somebody.
Now?
Why we do that? Bye bye. They're going to the sink. So first, I text you, right?
Yeah.
I tell you in a message, 2 bag of bones, correct? Plus 银米，是不是？就是2个袋子跟银米的骨头嘛。对。那你还和我一起问，是为什么要煮大的锅？
对啊，
对。那为什么我们又放了4箱的猪头进去呢？
因为我不知道为什么，
对。
昨天我捞起来的时候，我还在想，哎，为什么有猪头的？
对。
不是有一个大猪头吗？为什么有那么多的小猪头？我还在想。
对。So before I tell you, I tell Jun Chong first that I want that 2 bag that I bring from Kevin plus Uncle. I trim it from chashu, the bones, right?
Correct.
And that bones, the ones that we washed 2 days ago, the ones that no meat, put it on the bottom.
Correct.
So Kevin meat put it on top. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
So what is you have?
I never say nothing related to the 4 kgs of head. I want to put it inside.
Okay.
So what you understand?
So then afterwards, I called him again to reconfirm, and then I said, "Do you want 4 cases of heads in the soup?" And he said, "Yes." So I washed 4 cases.
Okay.
And that's where we are now.
Yeah. So I want to know in future how we're gonna avoid this. Yeah, Taylor, do you have some suggestion?
So you told him
Yeah.
what correctly went in the pot, right?
Yeah.
What should go inside.
Yeah.
So when I pulled out the heads to start cooking it,
Yeah.
Since he knows that those heads shouldn't go in there,
Yeah.
maybe tell me, dumbass, those heads don't go in there.
He said, after these years, what you think is like unusual? We put this much.
Yeah, I
Never
thought
put this
so.
much, right?
Yeah.
Then
So why you didn't call?
question?
Why didn't I question
You
it?
like
Yeah.
to
'Cause
you
I-
like to talk.
I know,
all the
but
time.
I got the confirmation, so I didn't question anything. There was no reason
So
to
it's
question.
like that's why. So in future, I wanna talk to me.
Okay.
Right? I understand, and then he communicate,
Okay.
and then we like confirm again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna text because this one is like there's so much waste, right? There's so
Yeah.
many bones, and there's so many hours to wash these that, and there's so many gas.
Yeah.
It
All
just
gonna
take
go.
too many labors involved, and it's just like after days, and it's just like.
And
You
it's
think
like,
I would have done all this work had I not had to do
it's
it?
like so frustrated. It's
Yeah.
like after 6-5 years, still make this mistake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wanna. In future, maybe I just like you call and I try to text, and I also gonna call you to make sure everything is.
Or just write
correct.
me a recipe that I can follow.
So today, you called me, said, "Oh, we need to dump the soup." I'm like, "What? That many? That many hour wash?"
But what you when the soup is burned, like it's just bad, right?
And then when bad thing happen, you always wanna find somebody to complain, right? And before about these, we always argue, but right now, I just wanna like we can learn from the mistake and build some procedure or something to make sure this one not gonna happen in future.
I tell them exactly what I want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want the bones from Calvin, right? Plus the bones that we wash,
Mhm.
the bones that we are trimming from chashu,
Correct.
right? And then use that bone, put it on the bottom,
Mhm.
and then the bones from Calvin,
Yeah.
from beef and cleaver,
That
put it
part-
on top,
Yeah.
right? It's a very small pot,
Yeah.
right? And that's all I want,
Yeah.
right? It's a very simple, so we can drop on Monday,
Yeah.
right? It's like why we need to put all that bone plus another 30 pieces of pig head, right? It's like after 3 days, that thing just gonna burn because it's just too many bones. It's like almost 600 pounds inside.
Yeah.
Right? How can that go?
So it's like maybe at the beginning when he called Taylor, that's what Taylor understand. So it's like the bone from Kevin and the bone from Yumin's trimming gonna put in that pot. But then Taylor called again, right? Oh, you want a full case of head inside? Maybe he didn't think about it. He just say yes. Who knows what's gonna happen? So it's just like a miscommunication to make this mistake. But this mistake is so pricey, right? So it's like they have future how this one I need to make sure everybody on the same page. So I need to involve as well. Because I always think, kitchen is his part. So I never I never try to understand the procedure, how this one is gonna be, right? Is something off? I don't know, because you just don't want to worry about that part. So that's the one thing we're gonna talk about, right? So if you in charge one part, you still need to understand the part you're not in charge, right? For example, if you in charge in the kitchen, you still need to understand the counting, the number going on is okay or no, right? So for me, I charge in the front and I charge all the number money, but I still need to see, if the kitchen something is wrong, right? Is that after, right? For example, if you figure out at the beginning or in the middle, maybe you still can fix. But right now, it's like all is gonna go to the drain, right? Is that this morning I almost cried about it because you have passion, you have love in that soup, right? Is that so many hours you wash, right? You trim and you care. Is like the bone from Kevin is like really good quality, right? Each week I only have this much, right? I need to drive to the ballot, right? All the hour, all the time consuming I need to spend, and our dishwasher gonna wash all the bone, right? It's like all this thing is gonna go to the garbage. It's like broke my heart, right? And before this happened, and the chef just like never talk about it. We move on. He always think like, this gonna happen. But I understand, right? Sometimes the mistake gonna happen, but we also need to learn like how to like reduce the chance of happening. I don't want to just this time just like happen and move on. No, this time I want to have a meeting. I want to try to figure out, I want to connect the opinion from different person, how this one gonna avoid in future. So after a meeting, I figured out, right? In future, even he talked to Taylor, I need to understand what's going on, what he want, because for him, English is not his native language. So when they communicate, sometimes they just don't understand each other, right? Even my English is not like first language. They also have mistake but I will call Taylor, right? And I will text as well to document like how many, right? And then if something happen, we can go back to see whose responsibility, right? And then I will also call Jun-san, text Jun-san, right? To see, if everything correctly, right? And then I also need to call Yunmi, because Yunmi is in the kitchen, maybe the most smart person, right? And he been here a long time, right? When he sees something is off, somebody need to talk, right? It's just like when you talk to one person, it's not enough. You need to put all these people in one group to make sure we're all on the same page. Yeah.
Just sad.
Yeah, sad. Chef almost cried, right? Chef is like before
he's gonna like days and days of work.
Before he's starting yelling, he's gonna throw stuff away, right? Right now his like temper is much better, right? Before he don't want to talk about because it's so hard, right? It's so hard. You need to talk about this mistake, and then you don't get emotional involved, right? But when you get emotional involved, right? For example, like today when I do front, I don't want to even do because I'm so sad about this, right? It's like all this crap. I don't want to like put so much effort, and then you still need to trash, right? And then what is it for, right? I don't want to keep going, right? Sometimes so frustrated, so tired of doing this, right? Yeah. So simple mistake. Why this happened is 5 years, 6 years. Taylor is with us like since the beginning. So he thinks something is off. Why he didn't call again? He just like to trust chef and to trust his understanding. Is no mistake, right? So it's like, how can you talk about this and not get emotion about what you do right now, right? You still need to move on, and then you still need to learn from the mistake. That's the hardest part for me.
And for us, it's like if the soup is burned, just one word, just trash.
Trash it, yeah.
We just cannot sell.
We cannot sell because we're so focused on the quality.
We cannot deal with that, and we cannot. It's not like we cannot sell. Right?
Only
we
the
still
smell
can serve,
is bad.
You know,
yeah,
but
it still can serve.
It's not like the soup is go bad. It's just like It's a soup
they have
smelling,
burning
smell. You know?
Yeah.
Do the customers gonna realize? We believe so.
Yeah, we believe so.
So that's why, even though after spend all this money and time,
we still decide to trash it.
We will still trash it if this thing is happen, and this is not just happen
First time,
one
yeah.
or two times. This
gonna
always
happen a few
happen.
times
you know?
a year.
It's just like very frustrated when it's
Very
something
sorry.
of this
happen.
Is like really,
yeah.
you know, all this time, you know,
yeah.
the labor is that many hours of involving, and now everything just going to the drain.
So we almost have like 800 review on Google. How we achieve that is consistent, right? Is that every time when they came, is feel a little bit better, right? They cannot feel like, oh, today's soup is a little bit weird, right? They're gonna feel, right? Maybe they don't know exactly what's going on, but they know it's off, right? They're not gonna drink all the soup, right? For right now, my quality is like most of my customer, they're gonna drink all the soup, right? They say, oh, so delicious. When one scoop, they want another one. They want to keep going. But when the soup is burned, maybe they drink a few. They say, oh, something is off, right? So it's when this happen, are you gonna dump? Because many of your employees gonna tell you, oh, it's okay. You won't make that big difference, right? How are you gonna insist? Still throw away? Maybe sometimes you talk to yourself. You say, oh yeah, maybe it's okay, right? But your customer will know, and then you're gonna have some few bad reviews said it's not that good, right? So it's like they're gonna ruin your reputation, and the reputation is hard to build, right? And sometimes like each person is emotional, right? So how can you make the judgment, say, hey, I just want to dump, right? So for this part, I really admire Chef, right? So what happened is just if something wrong, I just dump it, right? You think he don't care? Maybe he cried about it, right? But we still need to dump.